Hi YouTube, no Sunday roast would be complete without a large and varied selection of vegetables. Our final clip for this week offers just that as we present a bouquetiere of internet loons. Enjoy. Don't forget to join us for the live show on Sunday at 10 PM UK time, and please rate, comment and subscribe.
Welcome back. I'm Alfred Lamberwalt Weber, and we have the great privilege coming to us from the United Kingdom, Judge 7 of the Natural and Common Law Tribunal on Public Health and Justice, Nurse Kate Shemirani. And,
thank you, pleased to meet you.
Yes, and Mark Steele.
It's Mark
Yes.
Steele, Judge Weber.
5G activist and
weapons
educator,
expert.
5G. And this is a special panel on April 12th, Easter Sunday, educating people on the unlawfulness of the lockdown that's been declared in the UK and elsewhere. So I'm going to turn it over to Judge 7 to be the Masters of Ceremonies. Judge 7.
Thank you, Alfred, and thank you to our guests today. We have Nurse Kate Shemirani.
So I'm Kay Alison Shemirani, Kate. Obviously my alter ego is natural nurse in a toxic world. I've been a nurse for 35 years. I'm an independent nurse prescriber, and I have a diploma in personal nutrition. My interest today is I also used to present on local radio as a health and wellness guest. And so I broke this when it first came out, and I talked about Wuhan being the test city for 5G, which it was, and it's well documented.
So I want to bring Mark in now.
Well, I'm a weapons systems expert, so it tells you exactly what 5G is. 5G is a weapons deployment. The bioweapon, it is a bioweapon. Microwave radiation causes a significant number of biological detrimental effects. Pneumonia-type symptoms, corona-type symptoms, absolutely. A corona is actually an electrical discharge. I don't do coincidences, but what I'm pretty sure about is that this whole corona hoax is nothing more than a hoax. As we know that 5G was switched on in Wuhan, it's pretty obvious if anybody watches any of the images where people are just basically collapsing in the street. That's not a flu. That's not any illness that I've ever heard of. What I have seen is direct energy weapons used in a very similar way. The vaccine we now know that these people were given, mandated and given in China, had nanoparticulates, micro and nanoparticulates, aluminium and tungsten in particular. Those particulates traveling across the blood-brain barrier, I can activate them with a 5G frequency. So it means that I need to have less power to cause the lethal effects where, I mean, if anybody understands microwave radiation, you put aluminium in a microwave, well, I wouldn't suggest you do that, but you see where I'm going. So if you've got those nanoparticles in your head and I fire a microwave radiation frequency at you, well, I'm going to kill you pretty quickly. So this is a genocidal plan.
So basically, we're holding this emergency panel with the view of unturning and setting aside the corrupt orders that are locking the world down. So from that perspective, Dave, if you introduce yourself to everyone.
Right, I'm Dave. I'm known as allegedly Dave. I started looking, or truth seeking, about 2005, when I was actually at 9/11. So they're saying, look, we want to have a cashless society. We want to be able to come into your house and take people away. And the point is, this is the moment we're supposed to object. But again, the masses are at home watching TV and playing on their PlayStations.
And so this whole social distancing is really so that they can actually profile each person, which they can't do if people are next to each other. Do you know anything about that, Dave?
That is an intriguing theory, and I happen to believe it. And as it happens, I've got a couple of solutions for that that I don't really want to say too much about. But You know, it's something that you can wear, and it will actually kind of capitalize on that limitation.
Obviously, 5G weapons, the directed energy signal. So if I've got you far enough apart, it means I can pick you out as an individual. Whereas if you're too close together, I find that's pretty difficult. I'd probably kill both of you instead of just killing the one. So if you're further apart, means I can take out an individual a lot more easily than what I can when you get a group of people together. One person walking along collapsing in the street's not going to be suspect. If I fire a signal and kills a group of 6 or 7 people, all drop down dead, that's going to look really suspect.
As truth seekers, we've known this was coming for a long time. Yeah, we didn't know if it was going to be an alien invasion or you know, any number of scenarios we've been looking at, you know. But this is it. This is the thing we've been sort of screaming from the rooftops about. So yes, I personally believe that you know, Wuhan was a setup that was created by frequency weapons, you know, 5G, as it became the first smart grid city to go online.
Just to introduce the findings of law that Judge Seven and myself, the judges of the Natural and Common Law Tribunal for Public Health and Justice, have found in our findings of law and fact of March 26, 2020. This tribunal finds that any and all mandatory quarantine, lockdown orders, mandatory vaccine orders, and or martial law orders made by any national, provincial, state, municipal, or disease control, governmental or public entities claiming public deployments of 5G and or 60 gigahertz and above technology, directed energy weapons or neuroweapons, mandatory vaccinations, and intentionally finds any and all public deployments of chemtrails, 5G, 60 gigahertz technology, and or satellite-based, air-based, or land-based directed energy weapons or scalar weapons can request such pro bono attorneys and law firms can request anyone who wants to jump in and comment or, you know, so there we go.